Hello, welcome to Wednesday night sprints. Chaos edition, I guess.
Yes.
We have a full house tonight. Welcome. Let us know in the comments what you are reading. If you're watching the playback, let us know what you're reading or doing tonight. I have to edit
because
I have a book haul that's supposed to go out tomorrow, and I haven't done anything for it. I mean, I filmed it. I haven't edited it. So I need to do that. What are you guys doing tonight?
I am editing. And then whenever chaos happens, I am figuring crap out.
Who said anything about chaos?
You, always.
I feel like they've already assumed it's happening.
It was like the fourth word you said this live.
Chaos edition.
Welcome to Wednesday Night Reading Sprint. The sixth word.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. That's less relevant now.
The question is which chaos is happening. What's going to happen here?
There's so much chaos that
there's still a few things in play. It could be a couple of things at this point.
Yeah.
So. Margaret is adulting, apparently.
Yeah.
I love that.
I might get to video editing, but I need to keep going on this Medicare stuff. So
you should. That is important.
Michelle.
I am kind of reading Happy Place, but I really need to finish a chapter of writing. So
also important.
So it's a little bit of both.
The comment who said anything about chaos, Discord said there will be chaos.
Michelle, what are you reading tonight?
I'm reading Night's Edge and Dead of Winter.
I didn't get to catch much of your sprints last night. How are you liking Dead of Winter?
Well, I only made it 7% in last night, and because I had to finish Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail, I reread that. Love that. Made it 7%.
I love Astrid Parker. Jordan could step on me and I would not be sorry. Seriously.
I'm sorry, but Astrid is so underrated. Everybody does not like her.
No, Astrid is so much better than Delilah. I am so psyched for Iris. I'm hoping
I read Iris
somewhere.
I read Iris. It's great. I gave it 5 stars.
Is it so good?
Yeah.
I need to finally read it. I have the arc. I just need to read
it. I've had the arc since March, and I still
Same. I've had it so long, and I keep
finally read it. It was great. Yes. But
we need to make that happen.
We do.
We talked about it earlier. We need to make it happen.
Do it. I did it for a video.
Reading?
Mm-hmm. So much buddy reading she and I are going to do.
Anyways. But you're liking it so far, Michelle?
Yeah. The worst part is I have to read it with my eyeballs, but
because her stuff is only on Audible, isn't it?
It is, and I
love that.
And it's like a 300-page book. I'm like, you can do this. Come on.
Yeah, you can do it.
You can do it.
Participating in the romance readathon with Love Can Hurt Like This. Nice. Hello, Cassidy. I think you probably have left because I'm pretty sure you're doing your own sprints tonight. But hi. Hello. So I would like to know if people have made it to Rome or if you're still working on it. Reading Once Ghosted Twice Shy by Alyssa Cole. Nice.
They finished the Kiss Quotient on my sprints, so.
Yes. Also a fantastic book.
Oh, such a good book.
You have snacks. This is good. This is like the popcorn meme. Hello.
I have lozenges that they're kind of like a tree.
Oh yeah.
Reading Time as a Mother by Ocean Wong. Nice.
Oh, I've heard that's so good.
Hello. As usual, there's chaos in the Discord. I was just about to say,
when isn't there chaos in the Discord?
Beat me to it.
Has anybody mentioned my name in there? Am I good?
I didn't see anything about you.
No, I'm telling you.
Oh, you got chaos.
Hello. Astrid Parker does not fail.
True.
Everyone is here. You are still welcome. I pay for StreamYard, so I have lots of friends.
Don't hide. Come have fun.
Come on.
Come here.
Join the chaos fun group.
Yes.
Gonna try to read Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, but I've been unmotivated.
Honestly, like that one's not that great. I have to be honest.
Ooh.
Because of the way they chose to format it, it wasn't executed well.
Oh no.
So the book kind of suffers from the choice of the formatting.
I have heard that from multiple people. Now that
Like
you
the concept of the book itself is good. And the writing isn't that bad, but the way they chose to do it as an encyclopedia doesn't quite work.
I always feel like when that's the case, like when the concept is so good and then it just fails in execution, it's even more disappointing.
Yeah.
You could have done this.
Yeah, right.
Because you know they're capable, but
Yeah.
it just didn't land quite right.
Yeah.
And they tried to lean too hard into the hero being like Howl from Howl's Moving Castle, but he wasn't like Howl because he was so pretentious. It was hard to even like him as a human, let alone believe he's the love interest. So
Fair. Hello. Going to
clearly I have opinions about that book, so I will be done now.
Great. Reading the Ivory Key. I have that one on my TBR. Reading Assassin's Blade until releases the chaos of the next prompt. You know, that might happen. But if you keep bugging me about it, it'll be tomorrow.
She is that salty, y'all, so do not push her.
Then you'll only have this much time to finish the prompt.
I was like, I'm already assuming this one's going to be a shorty, so.
I'll be reading something. That's
Also
a mood.
Okay.
Some of y'all are doing the math wrong, just so you know.
What?
Not y'all. Some of the people in the Discord are doing
Oh.
the math wrong. I'm just saying.
For like the
For which they apparently forgot that Rome is prompt 5.
right.
So they're like, oh yeah, prompt 6 won't be until the 19th. I'm like,
Y'all, can you count?
I don't know
Can
shit,
you-
but do you think we
Today's
can wait
the
that long?
16th. We are halfway through the month.
You're fine. Just about to ask thoughts on Dead of Winter. Yes. It got pulled from Audible. Why?
Interesting.
So hopefully it won't be exclusive.
All of her audiobooks are off Audible, so I'm hoping that they're gonna be on like Libby. I don't know.
Libro,
Some type of
which is
negotiation going on or something. So they're just like, we pulled them. I'm hoping that they're gonna be distributed everywhere though.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I'm a big Libro FM lover, so that's my audio
Yeah,
So
me
that-
too. Samesies.
service.
Yeah. Still in Brazil, reading Loveless and loving it. Nice. Made it to Rome and sight saw, ready for the chaos. You're in the right spot. Finished Rome. Still on Akatar.
You'll get there. Look at that,
Kalila Jessen.
Oh yeah. Get in here.
Hello, my dear.
Oh, it's doing the thing again where it does the thing and it just doesn't add people in the right order.
It does the thing, whatever.
That's
I need to finish doing the things tonight. Yes. Yes. In the middle of Sea Monsters for Sao Paulo, then jumping to Rome. On the list is Heresy, The Last Party, and Dark Shores. I read the most unhinged romance today. It's about to get really loud in a second because Derek's pulling in and the dogs are going to start barking. Not starting Chef's Kiss tonight. Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Someone was doing the math wrong. They thought we were on a prompt earlier than they thought we were on prompt 4.
Right.
Yeah, no. We're not
We're
on.
waiting
You're
for
on
prompt
prompt
6.
Teach
Maybe
Me
we
is
need
so
to start putting
good.
prompt
Like
numbers in the timers. I don't know.
that
They
book
are. I
is
love
amazing. I absolutely love that book. It's so good.
I'm so happy because there might be an announcement next week pertaining to this book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not you, Cal. It's not you.
What?
Oh,
No,
because I was pointing down. Oh, did I
Oh.
confuse people? I'm sorry.
No,
No.
I'm confused all the time. Don't worry.
No, it's not gonna be. It's not a Boozy Book Club book. Just finished Heartstopper 3 for sightseeing. I did.
Nice.
Too. Hello. probably be listening to Fury
Fury
Song.
Song, nice.
Let me read it on a song. All right. Well, I'm gonna start a prompt because the dogs are gonna start barking, and I want to be muted. So
Start a prompt or start a sprint?
start up that thing.
We know words.
Yeah.
Words are hard. I don't know.
We've
Don't
been
worry.
bugging Brianna so much for prompts that her brain short circuited.
Yeah, you're asking me to. Yeah. The cyborg brain has broken. So we'll see you all in 45 minutes.
boarding flight ANZ 404 to Santorini.
Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
I did the chaos things.
Yeah, you did it like right in the beginning too, and I was like, oh.
I was just so afraid it was gonna take me like the whole sprint to do. Plus, it would allow people to like talk. Before.
And then you changed the timer, and I was like, am I tripping or?
I like timed it almost perfectly, and then just switched it.
I was like, why pause? And then I was like, ah.
I looked at it and I was like, wait, did she play that one from the beginning? And I had to go back and watch. I was like, no, it changed in the middle. Okay.
I thought the same because I saw it pause, and I was like, why did this just pause? Is she okay? And then I was like,
Yeah, I meant to hit play before I switched to the screens, and I forgot. So.
That was so funny because I was just like, I thought it was my computer because my computer's really old, and I was like, well, it's dead now.
I got so weirdly excited when I found out that I could do that without it like closing the screen and bringing up a new one.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I figured it out because Rye accidentally did it last night on screen. Like it just acts like it accidentally swapped over, and I was like, wait, we can do that?
That's cool. That's cool you figured that out though.
Sorry, I had to get dinner in the oven, so.
Important. I still need to do that.
You're allowed to eat.
Yep, it's going to be meatloaf tonight because I still need soft things.
Fair.
But I did find a book for this prompt, so I'm very happy.
I have to find a book.
What are you going to be reading?
Dark Memory by Christine Feehan.
Oh.
So I was able to read something that I was genuinely interested in. I have an arc for it, so it's out early for me. And it takes place on the coast of Algeria, so it's going to be very interesting.
Nice. My patrons decided that I was going to be rereading Night Swim.
You know, I thought about Night Swim as well. I already have it out, and I'm
Night
like,
Swim has been something a lot in my chat as well.
A lot of because it's a host favorite, so you get the extra cash for it.
I couldn't remember if it actually fit the prompt or not because I couldn't remember what body of water it was.
Yeah.
Because
well, I was flipping through it this morning, and it talks about a hurricane, and hurricanes only happen on
the coast.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna count it.
I've decided to do Looking Glass Sound by Katrina Ward. It's on the coast of Maine.
There you go.
And I want to read it.
I think being harder than like for some people.
Yeah.
It's gonna be harder.
For AuthorTube chat, which I do with my friend Kate, we do like a book club where we read a book and then watch the movie or TV show adaptation because we're writers and that's the thing that we do. And this month was Jaws, and I haven't been able to work it in yet. So
that worked out perfect.
Worked out really well for me. I was like, oh, I have the perfect book for this.
How did you find a book yet?
Nope, because I haven't finished my Rome book yet.
Fair enough.
But I got books. One of them's got to have a coastline.
Did you get the new Elizabeth Acevedo book?
No, I didn't know there was a new Elizabeth Acevedo book.
Yeah, it's her adult debut.
Family Lore.
Family Lore.
And part of it takes place in Santo Domingo, which
I did not know that.
I
have that too.
Wait. Like how long ago? If we're
it was in
August 1st.
This month's book of the month.
Yeah, it was August 1st.
If it's set, never mind. When's the book set?
I don't know.
I'm curious now.
I think it's a dual timeline potentially.
Okay.
So yeah, my option is very obscure. No one else is going to be able to read it unless they've been approved for the arc.
It's fair.
I also thought about rereading It Happened One Summer because it's literally just 300 pages of.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
As well.
Thought about that.
Another easy one is The Summer I Turned Pretty.
But why would you subject yourself to that torture?
It's amazing. Shut up.
Also, the Written in the Stars trilogy takes place in Seattle.
Yep.
There you go.
It's about
The Tessa Bailey duology, the It Happened One Summer one, that's a coastal town.
yeah.
Someone in the purple chat asked about mystery thrillers, and off the top of my head, I came up with Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney, The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth, The Night Swim by Megan Golden.
Also, the guest list by Lucy Foley.
Yeah.
And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie.
And then there were none.
The Survivors by Jane Harper. And there's actually a Darcy Coates set on a coast, and I think it's The Carroll Haunt.
It is The Carroll Haunt. You're right.
Oh, I might use that one as a sightseeing then.
Carroll Haunt is so good.
Technically, I think like Into the Drowning Deep would also be a coastal because
Yeah.
they get into a boat, so there was a scene at water and land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which also means that From Below probably has that.
I was just gonna say them From Below would count as well.
Yeah.
Yes, we are readers of words, not speakers of words. That's my problem. Arrived in Rome last night. Hello, Neva. Hello, Zoe. This must have been when I changed the timer.
Mm-hmm.
So there's all new fun Easter eggs that you can pay attention to. Why are you all going crazy?
I'm asking my
that's
cat the
true.
same thing.
The Only One Left by Riley Sager is also technically coastal.
Oh yeah. I just read that one.
Yeah, me too. I didn't realize that was such a big common theme for me in mystery thrillers, but apparently it is.
I feel like a lot of it because it's very like spooky.
The coasts are spooky.
The coasts are spooky.
It's true.
I had the perfect book for this prompt sitting on my TVR. Nice. I really thought this one would be the hardest for people. Yes, I did drop all kinds of chaos. Like the stress I had for those like 5 minutes where I dropped everything all at once and then swapped the timer. Like I was just like, don't talk to me, don't do anything. Like I had a couple like Facebook messages. I had Discord like going. I had 6 notifications on Discord because people had tagged me. I was like, can't look at this right now.
Don't look, it's not happening.
Nice.
Darcy confirmed in her Discord audios are down for Audible to review and will be up again and in more places soon.
Good. I mean, not that they're down, but in more places is good.
Yes. Doyle decided to open my door.
It is legitimately the only thing I use Audible credits for is for Darcy Coates audiobook.
Same.
Excited to join some sprints. Welcome. I'm so glad that you're fine, that you're able to join us. I don't know. I've never read this. Michelle, have you read this one?
I read 100 pages of it, and I don't remember because I did not like it. So sorry.
I'm gonna go with put in the does this book count and tag Aoife.
Or just Google a map of Ireland and look at where Dublin is.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That would take 30 seconds at
But
most.
also, Aoife would know for sure. She's read it like 300 times.
Yes. I don't know. Yes. The does this book count channel in the Discord is a great way to ask those questions because I don't know the answers to all of them. Got to 4% and you're invited. Off on a great start.
I did get 4% into my book. I did get that far.
I did not.
Before I had to go put dinner in.
4% of the Ghost and the Wedding Crasher. Nice. It's okay. You'll get there. we'll get there when we get there. Hello from work. Finishing up work and needing to strategize my next read. I told you guys the prompts were gonna get harder. This is page 75 of my book. And most mine will actually work for this one. Nice. Got 57 pages into 1,000 Deaths of Margaret Ben. Yes, Margaret will be back in a minute. Read nothing, filmed a video, and considered my book option. That's, important. I still need to edit tonight. Got to 46% into Teach Me and figured out a game plan for my next read. Gonna start with It Happened One Summer. Nice. Percy Jackson is a great choice for this prompt. The Villa, that's also a good one, especially if you're on the yellow team. The Villa's the yellow one, right? Or is that the blue one?
The Villa is blue.
I was to say the
The one
Villa's
that
not
Girls,
yellow.
Reckless Girls is yellow.
Reckless Girls, which is also coastal. So
Yeah.
Same thing. The covers are like so similar, just doing the different background color. Excited for Family Lore. It's a family generational story. Yeah. And there's like 3 generations. Did find a perfect book for this next prompt though, whenever I get there. Nice. Time to finally read Beach Read. Yeah, that would be a good option. Spent the sprints taking the book. Nice. Starting Dead 11. Heard good things about that one. Had a lemon cupcake. That's good. I mean, that's important. Cupcakes are good. Even though I'm behind, I'll be reading Nights in Rodanthe. Nice. Yes. There you go. I'm reading for the blue team. My spinner wheel just really does not want to be on the red team.
Gee, thanks. We love you too.
Because I
Have
feel
you
like
ever had red team yet?
not for an actual lead, but for Face Off, I did.
Mhm.
So it does land on red.
Just not when we need you.
Just
Okay,
not very
I get
often.
it. Gee,
But I got
thanks.
on
We
red
love you
twice.
too.
I was on red twice for Face Off weekend.
Uh-huh.
You know. I didn't notice it was a new announcement. Lucky for me, this book fits the prompt. Nice. Picking up Bring Me Your Midnight. Nice. The Thief series by Megan Whalen Turner, coastal fantasy series.
Yes.
And it's short.
Such a good series.
Yeah.
And the audios are so good. So if you're just a listener, that's a great audio series.
Oh, nice.
And there's 6 books. So there's sightseeing options for you.
Ooh, important.
Mhm.
Reread the Book of Cold Cases. Nice.
that's another one I've read that's set on a coast.
Yes, one of the prompts for our fantasies bingo board is like a coastal setting, and they have a website that you can look at all of the books that would fit for it. So that is an option for you if you're struggling and you are a fantasy reader. You're picking up You're Invited. Nice. I think there's a lot of books that fit, but you might have to read summaries. I had to do that when I was filming this morning. I filmed my pick, where I picked the 4 books that my patrons will choose, and I was kept being okay. And then I even read the first chapter of a couple ones, hoping in the romances, hoping they would say the city that they were in, and it kept being Chicago, and I was like, no. Discord is having an issue keeping up. It did that for me too. Okay, so fantasy readers, The Will of Minnie, Combat Codes, the Bone Shard trilogy, also both Flamefell and Fury Song by Rosaria Mundia, Mask of Mirrors, The Black Coast, and the Dandelion Dynasty. Thank you,
And
Cassie.
Dandelion Dynasty
was
is
made for this.
chunky. So if you
But
want
see,
a
the problem
chunky
is-
one to get a lot of points for your team, because flights aren't as expensive as they have been on other legs,
It's true.
that is something to truly consider this leg.
Yeah. Especially if you don't have a ton of books for the prompt, maybe reading one chunky book is a better option. Maybe. There's some strategy. I haven't read this. Has anybody read this one?
I've read it. I think it counts.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, they're definitely on the coast.
Cool.
It's Greece and Turkey. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Cool.
If you think it counts, it counts. If you
Yeah.
would be mad that another team did it, don't do it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna side eye you for that one. I honestly didn't get far enough to tell you. Sorry.
Doesn't Gotham City have a coastline? That's a
Yes.
question.
Yes, Gotham City has a coastline.
she returned. She returned.
That
to
was
that.
exactly
Batman.
perfect.
The answer is yes.
And yes, someone did
Return
talk
to
about The Thief by
Batman.
Megan Whalen Turner, and I love that series.
Oh, hold
so
on. You
very
guys are
much.
muted. That's why I'm weird.
I can hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're audible.
So Gotham City is along a bay across the bay from Metropolis.
There you go.
So much of DC makes more sense when you know that. Like, oh, this is why Clark is at Bruce's house every other weekend.
Yeah.
And yes,
So.
this was mentioned. It's so good. I love it.
Yes. The villa might be the greenish one. I don't know. I could have. All of her books look similar to me.
It's
Sorry,
like
is that
it's hard to describe. It kind of does look aqua, but I also
what
would call it
you're
green.
talking
Yeah. I don't know.
that one's kind of a purple.
Yeah, it's like a teal.
Elantris is a stretch. I don't think it's really on a coast.
Technically, Elantris is not on the coast, but the city that they're in, that's outside of Elantris,
The
is
city
on the coast.
outside of Elantris is.
Is there a
Elantris.
scene in
Yes,
that
there
outside
is.
city?
There is
Yes,
a scene.
there is.
It counts.
Yeah, there
And
is
that's
a part
another
where
one with Big Boy Point.
This also counts in case anyone's looking for host faves.
There you go.
Literally where I left off, he got dunked into the ocean.
I was to say, mine is like over 400 pages. How many is it?
Yeah.
432. So mine's decently long.
So Caitlin, yeah, you're always go the chunky route because you still read 150 pages every 45 minutes.
That's insane. I'm fast, but I'm not that fast. I
Yeah.
couldn't retain it if I read it that fast.
Caitlin is such a. I want to be Caitlin when I grow up.
Seriously.
I want to know.
I mean,
like,
I
is it
read
naturally
fast, but
fast or
seriously,
is it
that's like
slow?
next level.
Right? And they're like Mark Lawrence books.
Oh my god.
Gosh.
Uh,
Well, not just chunky boys, they're dense chunky boys.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, it takes me 3 weeks to read a Sanderson. Let's be honest here. Like, and I read fast.
I still have like 2 tomes on my like pile of possibilities from Kerplunk, and 3. And I was like, I don't think I'm getting to these.
Unless they work for some of the prompts left.
They'll definitely work for one.
Okay.
Well, 2 of them will. I don't think the third one will work anymore.
Whoops.
I don't remember. There's a prompt. There's a prompt in my mind. No, it'll work for 1 more.
Okay.
Yeah,
What will?
the Jasmine Throne.
Coastal means it has to be on a coast. It's the definition of the word coastal. So that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, if it has a coast. So
Has to
like
have a coast.
if the locals of an area call the a lake a coast, sure. So like maybe the Great Lakes.
I was gonna say, for
Great
example,
Lakes are actually small seas.
my landlocked province, if you drive west enough to Lake Huron, there's a big billboard sign that says Ontario's West Coast.
Right. So like if they would count
Yeah.
that as a coast, but like the house across the lake does not count.
No.
Because that's not a coast.
No. It
No.
literally says lake.
The Great Lakes are considered coastal because they have like a coastal.
Ecosystem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically
because
have
they
a
almost like
coastal
are
ecosystem.
small seas at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have their own like they generate their own weather to some extent.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So like
Lots of seagulls are generated as well.
Right.
Lots of seagull
I
generation,
mean,
weather generation. Yeah.
aren't those that seagulls anywhere there's a beach, people, and food?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, lucky you.
I don't know. Somebody else answer this question.
Havana's an island. So yes, I would think so.
Cal, you're good at geography. Does this count?
I'm gonna say yes because Cuba is so fucking small that it seems impossible that it wouldn't be a port city. But just double check a map of Cuba. But again, Cuba is so fucking small that
Yeah.
I think you could count it.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody
I'm
would be
looking
mad
at
if you
I'm
counted it.
looking at the map right now.
yeah, Cuba's
So
not
it
a
looks like
large
it's on the
island.
coast or something.
Like just like if the locals of a certain area would call
Would call it a coast, then
coast,
it'll
then
count.
you can count it. If they don't, then don't.
That's Havana.
So,
Oh
yes.
right,
Thank
on
you.
blue. I see some blue. So
Right next to that big splash of blue.
Like a river probably wouldn't count.
Oh, also, Malibu Rising. Just
Yeah,
read
Malibu
Malibu
Rising.
Rising.
That would be coastal, my friends.
It doesn't get much coastaler.
Coastaler. Oh, I that's what I use for cups on my furniture. I use coastalers.
Just trying to be funny, okay? Yeah, Anne of Green Gables would count. Yeah, if it's an island, there's probably a coast.
Yeah. Pretty safe bet when you're on an
I'm
island.
also pretty sure that every single Percy Jackson book involves the shoreline of an ocean at some point.
Yeah.
Yep.
We do call Northern Ohio a coast because of Lake Erie. Yeah, if it's a Great Lake, I'm thinking we're gonna count it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to mess with Huron County, Ontario, if you don't call it Ontario's West Coast. Is all I
Generate
tell you.
so much weather and seagulls.
Side-Eyes Lake Michigan.
Seagulls generated. Great Lakes are designated as coastal. Okay, there we go. Along Lake Michigan, we'll call the coast. Okay, yeah. There you go. Too many I want to read for this prompt. Great, because some people are struggling.
Yes. The amount of times I'm in my chat, I'm like, I haven't read that author. I cannot help you. I'm sorry.
You're like, that's
what
why
this
we
book
made
is
the Does This
for.
Book Count? Because, like, between the 500 of you, someone else has it. All right. Shall we do another sprint?
Yeah, I want to actually get some reading done instead of just answering everyone's questions like I did the last
So I
time.
haven't even opened
There's
the
a
Discord
reason I
yet.
have 15 of you.
I
I can't even
opened the
imagine doing
Discord
all of
yet.
this
Let
on
me-
my own. I'm like, I'm so glad you have
Brianna,
so
let me
many
do
of
the
us.
thing real quick so that you can refresh.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
No, Austin is not a coast. It's
Austin's
very much in the
landlocked,
middle of land.
Yeah.
It's like 2 hours to Galveston or something. Like, come on, you're gonna need to
Probably
do better
more
than
than
that.
that because it's Texas, so it's probably just it's so much. Okay, did you fix it?
okay. It is done. Tis done.
Okay.
Huzzah.
Full screen.
Also, like, there's a good chance if it's set in Florida, it will take place on the coast. Not all of
Mhm.
Florida. For example, Orlando is not on the coast.
Correct.
But it's like really close.
The coast of the swamp.
The coast of a swamp.
I mean,
There
there
you
are
go.
probably swamps in Orlando.
Cozy Mystery set in Key West. There's also probably a bunch that are set in like Seattle too, because I feel like Cozy
Or
Mystery
like in the Carolinas on the
In the
coast
Carolinas.
there.
All right, let me figure out what I'm doing with my life.
Someone in the purple team
Oh,
chat also
primarily
said,
Orlando.
don't forget that anything set in New York City is technically coastal.
Technically, they're not
I
wrong.
mean, they did get
It
hit by
has
a
to be New York
hurricane,
City
so-
proper, not just New York though, because that won't count.
Right. New York City
was gonna say-
itself.
Unless it's
Coastal.
really upstate and then we're on the Great Lake.
If it is a part of New York that can get hit by a hurricane,
There.
it is probably coastal.
You can see Buffalo from Toronto on a good day, is all I'm telling you, you know? Just so you look out across the lake.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys in 45 minutes.
Thank you.
Hello, welcome back. Sorry that I had to add more time, but I decided I wanted to go get dinner rather than try to cook and then have to do dinner or do dishes.
Understood. I'm still stuffing my face, so I understand.
Mobetta's is right down the road.
I mean, if you have Mobetta's that close, it's really hard to say no.
Especially since I get a discount.
Nice.
I have nothing that close. I would have to drive 20 minutes to get anything.
Oh, yeah.
And I live in the middle of nowhere.
But I did listen to 6% of the Night Swim.
Nice.
So.
I was able to get 10% of my read in. I'm now going to mute and turn off my camera so I finish stuffing my face real fast.
Good plan.
I have done, I think I'm like 3/4 of the way through this module. So
You can do it. I believe in you.
I'll finish in the next sprint, hopefully. Yeah, there's definitely some coastal scenes in Truthwitch.
Definitely.
One of my favorite scenes, I think, is on the coast.
I am at 25% of Jaws, and I've already started a document for my notes for our chat, and it says this book is absolute garbage. So it's going to be a great time.
Right.
Oh, I want to read this now.
Well, it's because it was like set in the 70s, and it's very like racist and classist, and they said the grape word without the G 3 times in the first 3% of the book.
No.
Not triggering at all for anybody.
Right. And so I'm just like, this is a great time. And then as I was writing my notes, I was like, you know what? I hope the shark eats everybody because they all suck.
We love a monster movie where you're rooting for the monster.
I think I'm rooting for the monster. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jaws
I
is
hope
so
the
many
movie is
writing
better.
I hope the shark wins.
I hope the
What'd you
shark
say,
wins.
Margaret?
Oh, I was thinking, like, so many of like the writing books that I've read use Jaws as one of the examples of like perfect pacing and stuff like that.
Well, you could still have perfect pacing and be awful.
I have a trash book.
Yeah.
But it's just it's interesting the things that like get passed up, even in books that were written in the mid 2000s.
The writing is not terrible. The content of the writing is terrible.
Right.
That's always frustrating. You're like, objectively, you're talented, John Mayer. Objectively, you are, but
Your technicality is good. Your artistry, not so great. Like if this was the Olympics and we were figure skating, you would lose.
You would lose. How'd your sprint go?
Every time I look at the progress bar on Audible, I'm like, I've got to be at 50%, and I'm just never there. And I don't understand why, because I keep listening.
Well, my question is, why did you choose an Emily Henry book? Like of all of the romances you could have read, you picked
why an Emily
the
Henry?
slightest book.
Exactly.
I don't know.
There's so many gay books.
It seemed like a good
I
idea.
was like, there's so many gay books that you probably would have loved so much more.
You
I'm
actually
liking
should
it,
just put
though.
it down, reread Heartstopper, and then get to Greece.
That's a good point. Because this one does take place on a coast, and I'm not at 50%.
Right?
That's why I put this down. I was like, oh, Brianna said the next one has something to do with a beach or something.
I really like Emily Henry books. Like, I'm usually a big fan, but
Interesting.
logistically, that would be much easier because then you could finish Heartstopper literally in the
you're
spring.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
And you know what it is too is like my brain is in so many different directions with like writing, and I'm watching Ghost Whisperer for the first time. So I can
What?
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I am not allowed to watch season 1 of Ghost Whisperer anymore because every time I do, I freaking cut bangs because hers look so good. and I'm not allowed to watch it anymore because
She
every
has a
freaking
I
time
can't pull this off.
I'm a hairdresser, so I have all the tools in my house.
You
So I
can just
literally go
do
in the
that.
bathroom and do it.
Mm.
I cannot.
I've
no,
never
It's
seen
not
it.
allowed.
I've never seen it before, right? But I'm
Oh
a
my
big fan
goodness.
of 911. So I was like, okay, I'll go hang out with my big sister Maddie. And she has her husband in the show is a firefighter paramedic named Jim. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So
I love
I'm,
Jim. Jim is
love-
great.
I'm loving my experience. I didn't know TV from 2005 could be this cute. So,
Right?
yeah. Loving it. So it's like, reading.
I really
But
should
also
try
read-
911.
Sorry?
I really should try 911. Because I love Ghost Whisperer so freaking much.
Well, go hang out with big sister Maddie. She's there. She's waiting for you.
Okay.
I
Yes. that
already
would-
addressed
well,
this.
What?
I said I already addressed this. So, like,
Oh, okay.
technically, any body of water can have a beach.
It's a
Because a beach is just a sandy stretch of shore.
I was going to
Between
say,
the
technically
low
there's
tide
a
and the
beach
high
in
tide.
Utah, and we are nowhere coastal. So
I could pour sand in front of a puddle and it could be a beach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
not my brain
So,
being like,
like-
where is the beach? And then realizing I've been there.
Yeah.
There's
it's one of the
several,
things, like,
actually.
a lot of rivers, locals will call that the beach, but it's not, like, unless you're at a delta, it's not on the coast.
Mhm.
Like, if you're talking about the Mississippi River Delta or the Nile River Delta, like, that's coastal. But, like,
Well, yeah. that's
halfway
like
up the
no-
Mississippi
the
is
ocean.
not.
All right. Going to read Tower of Dawn. Nice. Fifth season is coastal and a host fave and an author of colors and chunky, and the flights are cheap.
Yeah.
There you freaking go.
I tell you, if anybody is not reading something over 400 pages and they're flying, like, they're crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
haven't
I
looked up
flew
how
on a
many
277 page book.
Well, but also like if it's like just regardless, like the flights are cheap.
Yeah, I've flown on every single one so far, and I
You're
am
gonna
running
run out of
money.
money. You should read the rest of the Heartstoppers then, because you're gonna run out of money.
I am, yeah. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, Cal, the smart thing to do would be
See,
to
like, I've
walk.
been accumulating GRC because Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, you can count GRC per volume.
Every
you're
single one.
submitting
That's
per
why I've got
volume.
more coming.
I've got 9 that I've read. I've got 9 more I can read.
Shay's actually just bragging that she won Face Off and gets 500 GRC.
No,
We see
I
how
am
you
not.
accomplish this.
Okay, I have to be honest. I turn around and immediately use that for my sabotage.
Most people did.
Uh-huh. But because I've been reading host favorites, it
Mhm.
mostly with Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, but
Right.
also with My Happy Marriage, because I had a new volume to read of the light novel and the manga. So I
Right.
got 2 freaking royals of GRC for my own host
Right.
favorite.
Nice.
Another thing that one of our people in our chat came up with is if you're behind, use GRC for that. Or don't use GRC for that. Walk
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then get caught up and use your GRC when it starts counting again towards the leg. But also, reading the manga will get you so much. I have so much GRC from this weekend.
I know, right?
Like, I got 150 on top of the 100 that we won.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Plus, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun is so good. Oh my gosh.
It's
I-
super cute.
I
and
did not
weird, I love
realize
it.
I needed it in my life. I'm like, oh, I'm sure I'm not going to like it that much. It'll be fine. No, I'm halfway through what's currently out and I'm loving it. And I went and bought the rest today. So
I need to figure out a way to find it like electronically, but none of the libraries that I have cards for.
check KU. Sometimes manga's on KU.
Oh, I didn't think about KU.
Kindle
I was like,
Unlimited
I'm
has
not
a
gonna
lot of
buy.
manga hiding. So
See how fast Margaret started looking for her phone?
there's also the Shonen Jump app or the Viz Manga app. Those are really inexpensive ways.
I
Their
didn't
monthly
even know that there
subscriptions.
was manga apps. See,
Yeah,
I'm
there's
a-
one that's like $2.99 a month and one that's $1.99 a month, and you can read up to
That's
100
so nice,
chapters a
Mom.
day per app.
Oh my god.
Wow,
See,
that is-
Like,
Okay.
y'all learn how to game the system when it comes to getting your stuff cheap.
I didn't even know
Last-
that was a thing.
Well, then
Last
just
time I
ask
was-
me, damn it.
Last time I was reading manga, Shay, I was reading on Manga Fox, and you were risking a virus every time you logged on. So
I mean, fair.
My problem is I'm so new to manga in that I've read like one in my entire life,
Mhm.
and I don't even know what questions to ask.
See,
Yo,
what you need
you've
to
got at
do
least 2 people that
is you
know.
need to send me like your top 5 books ever, and I'll find you things with similar vibes. Not necessarily the same story or
Oh.
plot line,
Yeah,
but things with similar vibes.
KU has all of it.
KU has all of Toilet Bound?
Yeah.
Nice. So yes, anybody
Oh,
who wants to
you
read
have
Toilet Bound
individual
Hanako-kun
issues.
and you have Kindle Unlimited, there you go. You don't
It
even
has
have to pay
individual
money for it
issues
like
too,
I
if you
did.
want to be super crazy. Okay.
Granted, I'm a Barnes & Noble employee and I get it half off. So
Oh, beautiful.
there's that for you.
that would be
cool,
This
so
is
and
why
you're
I do not
fine
feel
with it.
bad going in and dropping $150 at the Barnes & Noble because
You're
I'm
really
coming
getting
home with like
300.
30 volumes of manga.
There you go.
that would be so dangerous for me.
I
Like,
know, which is why you'll
Works the
come
entire
shopping
shift,
with me. I'll
Stenzo.
buy your stack for you, and it'll be all good. That way, if you don't like it, it's okay. You're not going to feel bad.
My life has been changed.
Listen, if it's on KU, that's a game
Yeah.
changer.
I
That I have ever had
Jaws is the
for
worst.
you.
Allison,
So-
I'm going to answer your question real fast. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. It's in the host favorites, the volume 1. You can see the graphic there.
And also
I wonder
in the FAQ document, the title is
Uh-huh.
on there.
I wonder if your 2 favorites are in there as well, because I know that like
Don't call it mystery, I doubt. Seven Seas is kind of picky with what they'll put on there.
okay.
But My Happy Marriage,
That
maybe.
you're loving.
My Happy Marriage is on there. Okay, good.
Oh, that's cool.
Look at me giving you all the insight so you get it for free.
Well, that's the thing is I've been trying to get back into manga, and I do prefer to read it physically, but sometimes you find a title and you can't get it. Like, if it's not a super popular title, your library's not going to have it.
Right.
Or not your library.
So-
yeah, you're like,
Of Butterflies and Books, Bree and I have been talking about it, and it's going to happen. But not happening till after Amazing Readathon's done, because we're both too busy.
So for what?
Collab where Bree reads manga that I recommend.
Oh, okay.
nice.
Maria.
Because we literally
Maria,
live
come back.
45 minutes away from each other. So
We
we're
do.
just-
And she works like near where I
amazing.
live, so it's
I
easy
really
to do.
I've been
I
there.
never have to be sad that I can't, my library's not open or the manga volume is in a step like an hour away from
And
me ever
honestly,
again.
There's so many of my favorite things that are stuck in digital Kodansha jail that are on KU. Like, you're in good
Mhm.
Okay.
I just think we should revisit the comment about starting 911.
hands.
Oh my god, wow!
It's
What a
very
crazy
good.
comment. Maria, oh my gosh. Hit me up because it's the first thing I think of when I wake up during the day. It's the last thing I think of when I go to sleep at night. When I sleep, I dream about it. And everything I do for 911. So just, yeah, no, like it's so good. But like,
Wait, where do we
It's
watch
now-
911? Yes, Jim and Melinda are live. I love them.
It's on Hulu.
Hulu?
yeah, or Disney
Okay.
Plus if you're not in the States.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have both
Cal,
Disney Plus and Hulu.
That's
so
your
wherever
secret.
it's hiding
You're
for me,
always
I will
thinking of
find it.
911.
I am always thinking of 911. I think about it so much. I've written, I think we're almost at 400,000 words of fanfic since April. I'm
Wow.
it's everything I do is for
Okay.
911.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Have you seen the show Medium?
I have not, but that's Patricia Arquette, right?
Yeah.
I have not.
I don't know. I haven't read it yet.
I don't know either.
Jessica, have you read Fifth Season?
I've only read the first book.
Oh,
So I don't know
okay.
if the rest-
Sorry, we are not helpful.
It's
Does this
possible
book
because
count? That's a
Bethany
good
would
chance.
if I
know.
remember correctly, we're on, oh God, how do I do this without, where we are at the end of book 1, if I remember correctly, is in a coastal setting. I can't remember whether that is something that's in the past or it was in the, because there's a couple, there's a bunch of stuff going on. I can't remember whether it's a flashback or not. But I know that we end the book and we are in the water
Yeah.
and there is
In
an
the
island
first book.
nearby.
But if you go to the Does This Book Count channel and ask in there and tag Bethany, because Bethany's read all 3 within like the last year. So she would probably have the best memory of that.
I haven't figured out what I'm reading. Just got to watch the video, but I had to scream that I was volunteering next to the author. Steamy Lit
cool.
Con.
Yeah, Izzy's at Steamy Lit. She's like, you have to tell me what the prompts are. I promise I'll go back and watch everything for Bree so she gets everything. And I'm like, okay, I promise.
Yeah, this might have been a bad one for a weekend to go on vacation. Or I guess it's not a weekend. It's only Wednesday. How is it only Wednesday?
It's only Wednesday. Listen, I accidentally left work early yesterday because I forgot it was Tuesday instead of Wednesday. So I get you.
Oops.
It's been such a we have tried this one. Not as
And I
good.
don't like it. It's not the same. It's
I
not
don't
as
like
good.
it.
I don't want it. They're not my family, and I will never believe that Owen Strand is a good fire captain.
But he is Rob Lowe and he is pretty to look at.
But he's not a good fire captain, and he's not my dad.
Just
I mean,
realized
Bobby
my friend
Matthews is
recommended
pretty
a
high.
manga. That would be perfect. Nice. Nice. In a future Japan, long after environmental catastrophe, Alpha, the android, runs a small cafe in a seaside town. This sounds adorable.
Yeah. Those things are monsters. I haven't gotten around to reading them yet, but
Yes. Y'all just became best friends.
uh-huh.
We did a 40-minute YouTube video about Maddie.
Don't
Maddie, big sister Maddie.
talk about it's only Wednesday. It has been like the humpiest of
That's
all
the worst.
Wednesdays.
I honestly was convinced it was Thursday for so much of today and got really disappointed.
Well, I didn't even.
I was
schedule
happy it
videos.
was Wednesday because Wednesday means I'm past my quarantine period and I have freedom. So I left my house today. Yay!
Yay! That's exciting.
Today was like my Thursday because tomorrow my boss is not going to be in, but she's normally not in on Friday, but she's working for me Friday, so I can go to Pennsylvania
Nice.
for like 5 days.
Pennsylvania's
So
fun.
I'm going to be in trouble when prompts start dropping over the weekend because I'm
You're
going to
need to bring your Kindle.
8 hours from home. First off, I don't own a Kindle. Second off,
You
I
have
can
the
read it on
Kindle
my
app.
phone. I do have the Kindle app. But I guess I'm probably just.
But
gonna
you're
be living
also
off
be
of
at
audiobooks.
Julie's. You could just shop her shelves.
This is true. I do have Julie and Amber shelves, so I'm gonna be fine. Like it's absolutely. I mean, is 50% of it probably overlap? Yes. But
So then you're fine, because then if you don't finish the book while you're at Julie's and you come home and you just be like, text Julie, crap, what page was I on?
right.
You
Where
just
was
leave
I
a
at?
bookmark there on purpose.
Right.
Don't you do mostly audiobooks though as well?
I do. I do mostly audiobooks.
So you'll be set.
You'll be
But I'll
fine.
definitely, I can definitely just like steal from shelves there and I should be covered. But I'm like, well, how am I gonna do it? I'm gonna be driving for like 8 hours.
That's how Izzy was. She's like, I have Stevie LitCon. I don't know what's gonna happen for those legs while I'm gone. I'm like, it's okay, I got you. So I got her set up with some One Piece manga because those are all coastal islands that they're on. So that all counts. And yeah, so she's gonna read some of that.
I just downloaded a 30-day free trial of Kindle Unlimited. So
Look
Yeah,
at
you
you
got-
go.
I'm so deeply hyper fixated and autistic that if you talk, I will talk to you for so long. You don't understand. I will carry on any conversation about 911. You'll try to change topic, and I'll be like,
Why are you changing topics? I'm not done here.
"Can we
It
do
is,
that?"
in fact,
The only reason that we did not talk about 911 for like both 11-hour drives was number one because I was watching it in the car. And number two,
We're done
because
with Swift.
I think Kyle is just as obsessed with Taylor Swift potentially.
Yes,
So
yes,
we talked Taylor Swift.
yeah.
You talked about the other hyperfixation. Okay,
Exactly.
there we go.
Exactly.
Yes.
There's one of we have
Well, and at this point in time, right now, not always, but right now, I only have a Taylor Swift tattoo. I don't have a 911 tattoo. So
You're
Yeah,
gonna have to
that's
fix that.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
have ideas.
Hello, Your Majesty. Are you here to yell at me some more?
All right, we're gonna do one more sprint.
Sounds good. I'm ready.
All right. So I will see you all in 45 minutes.
boarding flight ANZ 404 to Santorini.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back. I did not read that sprint, but I did edit a whole video. And not a prompt video, like an actual video.
Actual content.
Like a 10-minute video.
Someday I too will also edit real videos.
I was like,
I did one of those
put out
today.
a normal video, people are going to forget that I exist.
Yeah. Also, I am sad to come back and report that I was not in the Kindle Unlimited portion of Kindle. So disregard everything that I just said. Now, they do have some like good manga that's like older manga that I recognize.
Uh-huh.
They do not recognize anymore. Like they had Fairy Tail. Based on the art style, they had a couple of like some of them they're just like probably about 10 years old. But some of them still look good.
Cool.
Okay. But what they do have is along with Kindle Unlimited, they have I think it's called Cosmics.
Comixology.
Comixology.
I had that for a bit.
They have that unlimited also.
Okay.
So you
But
can look into
the
that.
titles are typically the same because they're both Amazon.
Right. I don't know because I didn't look in that one, but it was like showing me it as an option to like do that instead of Kindle Unlimited.
Mm-hmm. So basically, if you only want the comics and the manga and you don't want the books, the Comixology one is the one you want.
But the Comixology books are also in KU.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So that's how that works.
Yeah, I definitely don't know enough to know that, but I've just seen it with a thing.
This is why you have me.
This is why we have Shay.
I'll have to figure that out. Because when I was pulling it up, everything I was looking up was like, purchase this. I was like, no.
I want to buy
Librarian.
things.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you couldn't buy things from the Kindle app anymore. Like you have to go to Amazon.
You have to
and
go
buy
to
it.
Amazon and do it. It's so dumb. It's so
It's the most
dumb.
ridiculous thing. I don't understand. And basically, I think it's because they don't want Google taking a cut of their profit.
That's my guess.
I'm sure it is.
If I remember, I know they do the same thing with a lot of people do the same thing for Apple.
Yeah. How did your sprint go?
I finished module 4. I just need to do the test now,
Yay.
which I'm not doing tonight.
That's fair. That's fair.
Full brain power for a test is a smart thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, by the time I got to the end of the module, I was like falling asleep. I had technically enough time to take the test, but instead I closed my eyes.
Fair.
Important sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and did my face care or
There you
skin
go.
care.
And
I had a shower.
Also
I was to say, you look all fresh and clean.
I'm fresh and clean.
important.
I'm officially 25% into my read for this leg, so that feels pretty good.
Nice. That's good.
Considering it's over 400 pages, I feel good being 25% in after 2
being
seasons.
over 100 pages, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I will be very curious to see how people do this leg because, like, with the romance leg, I was curious about that one too, just because it was like coming off of Face Off, and so I was like,
Honestly, I knew we were gonna get hit hard, so I hit up all the romance mangas. Like I nailed
Yeah.
through it real fast. Because I'm like, I gotta compensate for that somehow.
the thousands of points.
Legitimately, like I've been tracking how many I submit
Yeah,
per leg, and this last leg was a lot.
yeah.
Because I also read a chunky book at the beginning.
Let me just see how many books we had submitted for that leg.
I am curious.
If my computer will work.
What's a computer? How do they work?
I don't
What is this
No
sorcery?
say.
704. That's a
I
lot.
can't believe that.
That's a lot of romances.
Honestly, Team Red was like, I'm gonna read as much as I can because they knew that everybody was after us. So we did everything we could to at least not come in last. That was always the goal.
You read 20% of the books. Not
Oh,
you
crap.
specifically, but read.
Yeah, I did a lot. I think total points. Yeah.
Oh, I don't mean you specifically because I don't know which ones you submitted.
Yeah,
I
I
just
did
mean,
5,000 points myself
That's fantastic.
because I knew that I had to. Otherwise, we were going to be deep in the crapper.
I will say that between first and third place was 2 points.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
Ouchies.
At this point, I'm just happy when we're in the middle.
It was
I
like
don't need to win it, and I don't need to lose it. If I'm in the
761
middle, I'm
points.
okay.
Yeah. No, it was between first
But we
and
knew
third.
we knew sabotage was going to kill us this round. So I'm like, everybody, if we're last, don't take it personally. It's fine. We're moving on.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, if like they didn't because there only was like 30 something sabotages submitted. But like, if everyone submits them in one leg, then it eats it for that leg, and then you move on, and you start at 0 again.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, if you lose one leg, oh no.
Oh darn.
Darn. So when our team strategy, we were very strategic about it. Like we looked at size
there's some
of
people on your team that are like
teams.
counting detours.
Oh, that wasn't me, at least.
No,
I'm
but like that's what I mean. Like the team is so active.
yeah,
Went hard with the romances with red and pink covers. Yeah,
we had to get every point we could because we knew they were after us.
I think it's a little bit funny that like there are some teams that are upset that a coastal setting benefits the blue and maybe green team more. And I was like, you just got done doing a red and pink dominant book.
Genre. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I just ignore those comments when they're in my team because I'm just like, y'all, come on.
Yeah.
We've had more than our fair shares of favoritism on the cover scheme, so letting them have a favoritism is fine.
Well, and like the thing is like I make the prompt so that like maybe one team has a better advantage in like even I call it advantage. It's 50 points, guys. It's not like
it's not a lot.
Considering we have manga where we get BIPOC and translated each volume.
Yeah.
Like you can balance it out if you wanna.
Yeah.
Any team can do that, not just red. Everybody can read manga, not just red. I hate that stigma's out there.
Yeah.
Yes, we have some only manga readers in the red team that came from my channel. And so I'm like, okay, guys, I want to make sure this is balanced for everybody. How do we do this? And so I brought a few ideas to the table and we all voted on it.
Yeah.
So there's no favoritism here. All hosts agreed on how we did things.
And it's different. Like every team kind of has its like strength, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like the yellow team is full of romance readers.
Or people who read a lot like Bethany.
Or people that read a lot like Bethany. And then we have our middle grade queens down here.
Yes.
You say that like I've read middle grade any time before this month this year.
But you normally do. I mean, one of your host favorites is a middle grade.
One of my host favorites is a middle. Two of them are actually middle grades. Because typically, like when I don't know, some of those I don't read a lot of middle grade though. I think I've read one before this all year.
Yeah.
And then I read a bunch this month.
Yeah.
I read a lot of middle grade.
I just know that there are a lot of strategies out there, and I think they're all, as you can see, with first through third,
being so close every
three
time,
different strategies and being 2 points apart. Like
they are all efficient.
Yeah.
Purple's just happy to be here at this point.
Honestly, I can almost guarantee we probably would have taken last had we not taken the detour. Like if we hadn't won the detour, we would have been last. I can almost guarantee it.
I can neither confirm nor deny, but you're probably not that far off.
We knew it, and so we prepared.
Yeah.
And kudos to all my red team buddies who did the work that leg. Like, I appreciate you all.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
definitely like after this.
That's a
past-
total mood after this weekend too.
There is a
And that was
reason
one
I
thing
think-
during Face Off that we told everybody. It's like if you're getting burnt out, you stop.
Yeah.
If you're not to roam, you get to roam.
Get to Rome
And
then
that's
you can
where we
chill.
went.
Yeah.
Like that's how we handled it, or London, or wherever we were at the time. London. So if
There
you're
was
not
a
to
certain
London,
point
get to
today.
London.
Yeah. There was a certain point today where I was like, listen, if you're in Rome, don't worry about picking up another sightseeing book. We know there's another prompt coming at some point in the next 24 hours. Just like, let your brain rest. I finished
Just
Small
chill.
Miracle. There's a reason I put on Critical Role afterwards.
Yeah. And there's a reason why I did an audiobook and like did other things today because I don't want to burn out my physical reading experience. And I haven't really done any ebooks yet, so I'm like, an ebook is a good break too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good option too. But yeah.
I'm going to go
But I
read
just,
non
it's really
and
fun
book.
being one of the like 5 people who can see all of the chats and like
Yeah,
Just
I
kind of
can
like
only see my
over it.
team's chat and like the host chats. That's it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't see
so
other teams. I
it's
need y'all to
me-
know that.
me and anyone in orange can see
Uh-huh.
everything. So technically Izzy can see everything.
Yes, she can, but she is not sharing strategy. She's being very good.
Well, like
Yeah,
we have a mod on ours, and they're not sharing strategies either. You know,
I'm not sure that I think we have a mod in every team. So it's like it's really not like and they've mostly muted their other teams. It was just for me to help with the Discord and stuff.
It was a just in
Uh-huh.
case.
Is it just in case? Because there's a lot of you in there.
I mean, yeah, like basically on my phone, all of my Discord chats are muted, and I just go in when I know I need to.
Yeah. I'm essentially only paying attention to this one and my Patreon Discord. Everything else is like there's so many.
It's like that exists. I don't know.
I
yeah.
don't know.
Notifications off for everything on my phone, just about. And I go in and I just make sure to check stuff on a regular basis. My email gets notifications because I need that for business, but Discord does not get notifications ever.
Discord only gets notification like I get like pop-up notifications outside of work hours.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
I just-
I'll just
And
sit
this
on
is
my
why I
desk
try
and
to
type.
not tag you unless I really don't know the answer.
That's yeah.
I try to answer
Don't
everything
you-
on my own, and if I
don't do
really
that.
don't know,
Yeah.
then I tag you. It's like, I really don't know. Brianna is the only one who probably knows. And sometimes I'll say, just catch her on a stream and ask. Because, like, she cannot live on Discord. She has a life.
If it is
And Derek
truly
hasn't
do.
seen you nearly as much, I'm sure.
All I'm
if
gonna
it is
tell you,
truly
and I
on
will,
death, talk to me because I can talk to Brianna.
there you go. I'll let the 51 of you know there's definitely nothing happening on Friday.
Yeah, that's
Definitely
your
nothing
birthday.
happening on Friday because it's your birthday.
And I don't really want to be on Discord.
I mean, fair. Take a break.
That's my driving day, so that really works for me because I'm like, can I just text Brianna and be like, do I need to submit my book before I leave, or is there time?
I mean,
when
it
I
might
get
be
to the
Thursday night,
location?
but it's not gonna be Friday.
I can live with that. Because
Yeah,
you know, like if I
Wednesday.
start a book Friday
Mhm.
morning, I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna finish it by
Well,
like
considering we
afternoon on
just
Friday.
got a prompt tonight, the only
Today's
thing
Wednesday.
the only thing I would
I
expect
will-
before Friday is like a detour or something else like that. That's the only thing I would expect before. Like, we're probably not getting another city till after the birthday.
I won't come ruin your
Because-
birthday, but if you drop a prompt on Thursday, I will come on Saturday and ruin your life.
Words will be had if you drop it tomorrow night.
Wow.
Hands will be thrown.
Wow.
That
I
is
can
what I'm
say nothing
hearing.
because I'm the
I
one
haven't
who
even
like,
started
could
the
have a
timer yet.
10-day
Let me
prompt
tell
and then
you
a 10-hour prompt. So
But no, that's like one of my favorite things is like just like I'll say something on a sprint or I'll like say something in the general chat and then all of the team chats light up. Like honestly, my favorite part of the readathon.
I can believe that.
So Bree just said
Yeah, I've got one of those in our chat right now.
Oh, My favorite is when you send me like you go Margaret, and I have to go in the Discord and be like, I just got an ominous and threatening message, guys. We better pick it up, and watching their reaction from that because I can't tell them exactly what you said half the time.
Mhm.
Because half the time it's just Margaret, is the timer ready yet?
And so, of course, you can't tell them specifics. You can
You're
just
right.
say, okay, it's coming, guys. Let's go. Step on it. Stop dilly-dallying in this city. Let's go.
Although sometimes I'll just text Margaret and be like, "Hey, Margaret, this is just a piece of advice, but you might want to read."
Have you submitted your detour, Margaret? That one I did go, hey, Brianna just reminded me to submit my detour. So if you haven't submitted yours, you might want to do that. I think I did that last night.
I've said, like, if you divide the month by 10 legs of the race, that means it's at most going to be
about every 3 days.
leg.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to do that, y'all.
Someone did the hour breakdown.
Yeah,
Oh
Ellie
my
Marna in our
gosh.
chat did.
Yeah, like was
That
like
is too
so.
intense.
Like one
I
was
could never.
73 hours, and like
Leg one was 77 hours.
right. So I'm like, now I gotta be a little bit more strategic.
So no, I knew. So the funny thing
Numbers
was, I
have to
actually
mean something.
my favorite part was acting like I didn't know when it was dropping because you'd specifically be like, hey, if I were to switch things up during sprints, would the timer be ready?
Yeah.
Like last night, and I'm just like,
Hypothetically speaking, like honestly, half the time the prompt drop is just, hey, will the timer be ready for the next round of sprints?
yeah.
Yeah. And then, Brie Loki coming in saying, hey, maybe during sprints. And everybody's like, it's going to happen at 10 a.m. I'm like, she said last night it's not happening until sprints. There are no sprints until 2 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what set of sprints she's doing, but nothing starts till then. So read or don't read, I don't care.
Mhm.
Stop theorizing. It's not going to drop for at least a few more hours.
Calm
I
down.
love my team, but they are all in it. And I'm like, y'all, I need to sleep.
I think the blue team was like, I think it's gonna happen at 11 p.m. BST. I don't know why, I just think so. And I'm like, where did you get that? I'm like,
I'm sure that's what they want.
What that is for Mountain Time.
What is that mountain time? I don't even know.
I want to say it's like 7 hours before.
See, like,
so
I probably have
so
the
I guess it
biggest
was about right.
advantage time-wise because we are in the same time zone.
Right.
Because I'm like, okay, she's either going to do it before work, so it'll be when I get up, or it's going to be around dinner time, and I can prepare.
Right.
Just because we live in the same area and that makes sense for the two of us.
Unless it drops on a weekend.
Yeah, weekend, it's fair game. I don't know. I have no
Just
control
know that
over
I
weekends.
usually get to the office at about 7:30, and if I know that I'm going to be the only one in the office for a little while, I might drop it then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Anyway, we're gonna call it a night here because I'd like to go to bed. Because in order for me to get to the office by 7:30, I need to go to bed like now.
Yeah.
Same.
So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will post the sprint schedule tomorrow. Shay, you're doing some. You added some, right? Cool. So
Yay.
there's some tomorrow, and then I believe it's on Cal's channel tomorrow night? Question mark.
I think it's Cal's tomorrow night.
I'll figure it out. Okay. Bye, guys.